Before there were time-blocking apps, bullet journals, or morning routine influencers, there were men in togas rising with the sun, not to hustle, but to master the art of living. They weren't chasing productivity for productivity's sake. They weren't optimizing sleep for performance metrics. They were seeking alignment with nature, virtue, and reason. This is the world of the Stoics: Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius. Men who ruled empires, taught on street corners, or rode in the margins of battlefields, all while holding time as their most sacred resource. To the Stoics, every hour was a chance to strengthen the soul, confront mortality, and train the mind to live on purpose. So, what did a day in the life of a Stoic actually look like? The Stoic day began not with noise, but with reflection. This practice is shockingly similar to what modern productivity gurus call intention setting, but the Stoics went deeper. They didn't just want to do the right thing. They wanted to become the kind of person who automatically does the right thing. Each morning was a reset, not for goals, but for character. Once the day was in motion, the Stoic didn't try to control everything, only themselves. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, reminded his students, "Some things are up to us, some things are not." This was the Stoic compass. Energy went only toward what could be controlled: thoughts, actions, and reactions. This mental clarity made their work incredibly focused. They didn't chase multitasking or burn out on overscheduling. A Stoic blacksmith, merchant, or senator approached his craft with single-minded attention, not to impress, but to embody excellence. Errate. Work was sacred. It was a proving ground for discipline. But if distractions came, Marcus would pause. He would breathe and return to the task, reminding himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The Stoics weren't hustlers. They were gardeners of the mind. As the sun dipped, the Stoics didn't collapse into entertainment. They reflected. Seneca recommended ending each day with self-examination. "When the light has been removed and my wife has fallen silent, I examine my entire day. What did I do well? Where did I fall short? Where did I lose control or act without virtue?" This wasn't self-shaming, it was self-correction. A gentle recalibration of the inner compass. A personal check-in, not a performance review. In today's terms, this would be journaling, mindfulness, or even shadow work. But to the Stoics, it was spiritual hygiene. Just as one washes their hands after labor, one washes the soul with awareness. They didn't wait for a crisis to reflect. They made it a habit, night after night. To the Stoics, time was the only true wealth. Seneca warned that people guard their money and possessions, but waste their days on meaningless pursuits. He wrote in on the shortness of life. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. He wasn't advocating hustle culture. Quite the opposite. He challenged people to own their time by choosing what truly matters. For them, productivity wasn't about getting more done. It was about becoming more wise. Time was a stage, and life was a play. You don't control how long the play runs, but you do control how you perform your role. Each day, each hour, each moment was a scene. The Stoics rehearsed theirs with virtue, knowing the curtain could fall at any time. So what does this mean for us? We live in an era where time feels stolen by notifications, schedules, algorithms, and endless noise. We chase balance. We chase calm. We chase meaning, but we rarely sit still long enough to find it. The Stoics offer us an antidote. What if your morning routine wasn't about peak performance, but about inner peace? What if your work wasn't a means to burn out, but a practice of purpose? What if your evenings weren't escapes, but invitations to reflect, to learn, to realign? Time management today is obsessed with doing more, but the Stoics teach us to be more by doing less, more meaningfully. So tomorrow morning, don't just reach for your phone. Reach for stillness. Ask yourself, like Marcus Aurelius did, what is within my control today? Who do I choose to become? Because maybe, just maybe, ancient timekeeping wasn't about clocks at all. It was about character. If this reflection stirred something in you, consider subscribing to the Time Tellers. We uncover ancient wisdom to help you master modern life, one timeless story at a time. Like, share, and let us know in the comments. What will you do with your next hour?